Okay, let's start our webinar today, Career in Planning Engineering. Before start myself, introduce myself. Myself Abdullah Fajri MM. I completed my BTech in 2011. As I said, after that I worked around 3 to 4 years in Saudi with different companies, which I shown here. And afterwards I worked in Oman and Brunei Petroleum. So I have 15 years experience now. I am working as a senior planning engineer role in a PMC in India. Okay. My core strength was in oil and gas and construction industries all this time. Currently, I am working as a planning engineer in a construction firm. Okay, infrastructure development and construction, high-end residence projects is there. We know different type of projects, right? Gas pipeline projects, tunnel works, water treatment plants, infrastructure projects, road works, oil and gas projects. All these kind of projects you may see in GCC or in India. In all these kind of projects, it's very complicated there, right? There are so many activities, mechanical, civil, electrical, instrumentation activities, and there should be a deadline, start and finish time. There should be a budget. So all this has to be controlled, right? The project has to be delivered on time under the budget. So in this area, a planning engineer comes into the picture. That's why a planning engineer role is very important to a company. When we see the project life cycle, standard life project life cycle, there will be four phases: initiation, planning, execution, and closing phase. In all these four phases, planning engineer role has certain roles. Okay, before execution, the defining scope, preparation of schedules, resource and material management, everything has to be done. And during execution, actual work has to be monitored against our baseline schedule, right? In the closing phase, the closing reports and everything will be there. These are the main four phases. So in GCC, especially, whatever be the client, this Orpic, Saudi Aramco, Qatar Petroleum, PDO, all their projects have these four cycles. That's why we have many openings for planning engineers. They have to work in different time, right? Not only the execution time, they can work in initiation, tendering phase, and planning and closing phase. All time, a planning engineer service is required for a company. And why planning engineering career? If you see the different position in a company like quantity surveyor, site engineer, quality engineer, project engineer, you can see a chart here. See here you can see a planning engineer is only the one is taking a decision support in a company management role. The other roles don't support in a decision making, right? Why a quantity surveyor do only a quantity estimation. Site engineer do a site execution work based on the planning engineer or project management decisions. Quality engineer do only the quality inspection and checklist. Project engineer technical coordination and leading a team, right? Design and architect only do the design and aesthetics. But a planning engineer, he have overall control over the projects. He control the time, he control the cost, and he has a big picture of the project, and he will be the one of the decision maker in the project management team. That's why if you see in a organization structure of a company, a planning engineer role is very next to the project management team, project manager or project director. And he is the one having all the details about the project. And he will be controlling the project, the schedules, the other reports, daily reports, weekly report presentations, meeting with the contractors and everything is conducting by planning engineer. And other persons like site engineer, QA/QC, all other department has to give report to planning engineer based on their performances, what they are doing, what they as per the site, what activities are ongoing on the site. The site engineer has to report to the project engineer. Also, project engineer also has to report to the planning engineer. QA/QC department also need to report what kind of inspection is scheduled every day, and procurement department also has to update the planning engineer about the material procurement status. So planning engineer is having the overall control over the projects, and he will be coordinating all these kind of reports, and he will be consolidating all these report, He will be updating the schedules, creating and updating the schedules. He'll be monitoring the contractors. If he is a planning engineer in a client, he need to monitor the schedule of contractor. He has to monitor the delayed activities. Okay, this kind of activities are done by planning engineer. That's why a planning engineer is having a white collar job in a project management role. Okay, that's why planning engineer role is very much valued in company rather than any other positions. I think you understand the difference between the planning engineer and the other category, because planning engineer is directly attached to the project management team. Okay, and he has the overall control over the project. Same with the project manager and project director team. Okay, he will be the backbone of the project time management. He coordinates all other departments, and he used the Primavera and MS Project software for scheduling and monitoring purpose. Also, he directly report the project manager and director. He forecasts the delays and optimize timeline. That's why the planning engineer is highly paid. Comparatively, when we see the salary scales, it is showing in Indian rupees. In abroad, you can see a planning engineer is getting this much salary scales. As a beginner level, a planning engineer can expect 7,000, 8,000 Saudi Riyal or Qatar Riyal. It's almost nearly 2 lakhs rupees. 1.5 lakhs minimum salary a planning engineer can earn in GCC, minimum salary in a starting stage. Because there are different level in planning. A scheduler, area planner, planning engineer, senior planner, lead planner, planning manager, like there are different levels. Based on your experience and expertise and skills, you can move from one to another levels. So in different levels, you will be getting different paid. Okay. A planning manager is getting more than 30,000 AED or Saudi Riyal. A lead planner is getting more than 20,000. A senior planner is getting more than 15,000 Saudi Riyal. And as a normal planning engineer is getting around 10,000 Saudi Riyal. And a junior level can expect 7,000 Saudi Riyal, 5,000 to 7,000 Saudi Riyal in the beginning salary scale. Okay. But minimum skills he need is in the Primavera and MS project and some Excel report he need to know. It is not a rocket science. You can learn it very simply. I will train you in such a way that from the basic to advanced level, and what are the things you need to do as a planning engineer. Okay, our training is not very complicated thing or very tough. I made it very simple because you don't need to be a scientist to learn to become a planning engineer. You just need to get trained only for the task which you need to do as a planning engineer. As a planning engineer, you need to prepare a schedule. So for that, you need to know the Primavera. You need to get trained in the Primavera. That we will be giving the training with the real projects. With the real projects, how in the field it works, and how you can track a project, how you can show the report, what kind of reports you need to submit to the project management team during the weekly presentation meeting. All this will be trained during this period. All our training will take only 20 to 25 days. Just 1 hour, if you can dedicate one day, you can complete it in 20 to 25 days. All MS Project and Primavera and Excel reports. Okay, Excel reports is an application level. Application level means as a planning engineer, you need to establish some kind of reports like daily progress report, weekly report, and PowerPoint presentation. So all these kind of templates also we will be providing to you for your easy understanding, and you can implement that one. You are going to as a planning engineer, you can implement it in your site. And also we'll be giving training you to prepare for an interview, and we'll be supporting for preparing a CV like a planning engineer. So you don't need to mention anything else that we will be giving, because so many students are making a mistake. They are showing their different skills in their CV. They want to attract, they think that the interviewer will attract. No, it's a mistake, huge mistake. If you are preparing a CV of a planning engineer, you only need to mention as a planning engineer. No other role should mention. Your skill should be highlighted in planning, like MS Project software, Primavera software, and you need to highlight your experience as a planning engineer. That I will guide you how you can show, how you can say, what they will ask. From my past 15 years, I attended many interviews, many companies, so I know what they will be asking as a planning engineer. So that will be our training. Okay. In that sense will be our training. Not an institutional level training that we will be teaching here, just a software, that will not work. As you go on to the work or an interview, it will not work. So you need to learn planning engineering as a sense, in a sense, like a planning engineer, what a planning engineer really do inside. Okay. Are you guys audible? My voice is audible, right? It's clear, right? My voice is clear. Abdul Wadud?
Yes,
Okay, sorry, I forgot to on the camera. Okay. So that is the thing about planning engineering. Okay. So if you see in a different job portals like Indeed, Glassdoor, JobTech, Jora, Founded, or whatever the Naukri Gulf, whatever the job site, you can see lot of advertisement. There are lot of job vacancies. Okay, just search. Don't not only listen to me. Just search by yourself the planning engineer vacancies in anywhere, Saudi, Oman, Dubai, wherever you search, you will find so many vacancies in the planning engineering, because all these kind of projects, whatever be the type of projects, it may be the road work, infrastructure, oil and gas, maintenance, construction, fabrication, whatever be the project, they're all required a planning engineer support for efficiently managing the project. That's why these kind of vacancies are there. Today I posted in our group around 50 planning engineers is required for Descon company. They are doing a maintenance job in this year, so they need 50 planning engineers at same time. They are conducting a direct interview here in Kerala now for, and for sure they will not be fully. It will not. They will not get all the vacancies filled in this time, right? So we'll be conducting online interview also. You can attend their online interview. They are also conducting online interview later. I will let you know. And in there are so many agencies like this, as I said, like Gulf Asia, overseas agencies. They are publishing direct interviews like every day, or like two in a week, 2 time in a week. Like this, you can see all these are planning engineer vacancy in different countries: Saudi, Abu Dhabi, Doppet, Doppet, and Oman, Abu Dhabi. All these are different kind companies, different type of projects, civil projects, mechanical projects, maintenance projects, fabrication projects. So whatever your stream is, as a planning engineer, you need to have a basic knowledge of what is the things. You don't need to be a technical person. You don't need a technical knowledge actually. It's very easy. If you go as a project engineer, you need to know the technically fit. You should be very technically fit to manage a project engineer role. As a planning engineer, he is a coordinator, he is a technical coordinator, he is a coordinator type. He will be coordinating the projects with the schedules. The main skill a planning engineer need is a schedule preparation. Project schedule preparation is the main skill. That will be training in the Primavera. Okay. And MS Project also some companies are using. You may be aware about this thing already, since you are working professional as a civil engineer and other role, so you know about that. So how to become a planning engineer? As I told you, it is not a rocket science. You can easily switch from your existing career to planning engineer role. Very easily you can see. Just all you need to understand the role of a planning engineer. As I said, you don't need to do everything. There will be other teammates in a project team. There will be other teammates. They will be providing you all the data. Planning engineer has roles and responsibilities. Same time, planning engineer has the right. What right he has? He have a right to receive documents, details. What kind of details? Scope of work, bill of quantities, drawings. All these documents are not done by planning engineer. So this has already been done in the company. All you need to do a review, quick review, study the reports, and prepare a schedule based on the timeline which client has given. You need to prepare up to level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5 schedule. Level 5 schedule means the activity level. Micro level activity level schedule means the level 5. Level 1 means only the top level. Okay. top level milestone schedules. So different type of schedules you can prepare. We'll be giving the training. All these 5 level you can learn how to prepare a schedule in our training. Okay, in MS Project and Primavera. So this will be the role as a planning engineer mainly. And other thing is the coordination and conducting meeting and everything, reporting project about project performance about to the project manager and project management team. Okay, it's not very rocket science and it's not difficult job. Okay, because everybody will be there to support you. Only thing you need to get the support from other teammates. Okay, you no need to be a technical person. You only need a reading skill to understand these documents. These are the documents there will be there, and you need to understand this one. This all will be showing with the example in the real projects. Will be training you, so you will be able to make it. Okay, without any difficulty. So skill needed is project scheduling skill, some Excel reporting skill, communication skill, and reading, drawing, and BOQ. Just a reading skill. Whatever experience you have, send a step for as a site supervisor or draftsman, junior engineer, or anything. You can uh, you can show us in planning, as it all are related with the project management. There is a there is a way you can express your experience as a planning engineer in front of an interviewer. Even he asks, normally he asks certain kind of question. You only need to be prepared for that. Okay, from your past experience you can relate your experience what you have done. If you are a site engineer, civil engineer, you have know about the sequence of work, what are the activities you are doing. Only you have the gap, what gap you have. You don't know about schedule, how it is reporting, how you need to report, what kind of activities is asking about a 2 week look at. As a planning engineer, you will be giving task to site team to execute. Site team will be doing you the job as per based on the plan which planning engineer has given. A daily work plan, 2 week work plan, 2 week work look at. You may heard about this. These all scheduled work schedule has been given to site engineer by planning engineer. So if, when you go to an interview as a planning engineer, you need to tell in such a way that you work as a planning engineer. That's the only thing you can crack an interview. Okay, we'll be giving more training to you on that. It's not difficult thing. You can easily get trained, and after you can practice the mock interviews and CV preparation, everything we will be supporting. So in shortly, 5 steps you can become a planning engineer. Understand the roles and responsibility. I hope you already understood the roles and responsibilities and rights as well. And targeting the role, training, get visualization, gather information and skill, and certified. We'll be giving a certificate after this course completion. So you can attach that with your CV. We'll be preparing your CV also. I'll be giving the support. So when you attend the interview, you'll be very much confident with all this. You will be very much packed. When whatever questions he asks, you will be very much confident, because the interviewer, he is looking for a guy. He has this knowledge. Actually, he want the guys. There are a lot of vacancies. It's unfilled with a skilled planning engineer with knowledge. He has knowledge and experience. So he want to hire you, but the problem, the people don't have skills. They don't have certificate. They don't know anything about the project. They don't know what the planning engineer do. Maybe they have done some certification from some kind of institution. They will not have an idea about what a planning engineer actually does in a project, because in a trainer in a sitting in a institute is not a planning engineer like me. As his work, he do not work any project. He don't know about the project challenges, what the report, what is the processes going on as a project management role as a planning engineer. So you should learn all these things, the planning, from a planning engineer who has worked in this more than 10 years like that in different projects. Then only you will be able to ask your doubt, clarify the doubts. You can be get trained as a planning engineer, right? So these are some kind of rights you need to know. That's what I told. There are some deliverables for planning. This has to be given by another responsible party. Project charter, scope of work, contractor agreements, specification, drawings, bill of quantities. These all are nothing to do with planning. Okay. These all are will be prepared by another department. So don't worry about anything. These all deliverables what I do know. All these are delivered by another department. All you need to do, just read the drawing, read the book. Are you able to read? Okay, that's fine. It's only you need to read the scope. Everything is written in the scope of work document. Okay, you just need to list down the activities, and you can estimate the duration. You can make into a work breakdown structure. You can prepare a schedule. How you can do all this will be teach in the training. How you can make a work breakdown structure. How you can estimate a duration. Normally in interviews, the interviewer asks how you find the duration, how much hour for one activity, how you are finding. So you need to answer. You will be checking your notes. You have that analytical, you have that skill. How you can, this is a formula. There is a small formula for that. It's called for it related with the productivity. How many quantity one person can do in one day. There is a standard formula that's called productivity. So based on that, you can answer this one. At least by the term productivity, you can answer him. That then the interviewer will understand. If he is a technical person, he understand that you know the work. Okay. So this will be the part of training will be guiding you on this. What kind of questions will be there asked. So as a course summary, scheduling concept will be taught, time, resource management and cost management, type of reports and layouts, things you have to know. And Primavera will be, this is will be our syllabus covering all these topics will be covered. As you see in the screen, this is some snapshot from the Primavera calendar and EPS and ODS. This will be project S curve as you see here. This is a project S curve. You may hear about project S curve and critical path. It's very simple. We can prepare in Primavera. This will be taught in our training session. Very, very simple. Okay. Because we will be learning by step, not in a one day. If you are ready to invest your half hour 45 minutes per day, in 10 to 15 days you can master all these things. You will be preparing all these report. That much skill, that much professionalism you will have, so that you will be confident to attend a interview as a planning engineer. Whatever questions you ask, you can confidently answer. Also, you can do it in real life. When you go to work, you can do it. That's what guarantee I can give you. Now I am showing you a critical path schedule. Okay. Now here is you can see a red color gun chart in the right side. Left side is the activity details, duration, start and finish date, percentage complete, like that. So this will be a format as a Primavera. You can see, you can prepare a schedule like this. So whatever activity, whatever the project it is, you can prepare a schedule like this, and you can make reports. What are the critical activities which is will be delaying the project? How many days are delayed? How much percentage of completion is there? And what is the schedule performance index? What is the post performance? Is it under budget, over budget? Is it time delayed, or is forehead, or is as per time? These kind of things you have to be alert all the project management team, right? As a planning engineer, this is your responsibility. So this will be all done in Primavera. We'll be teaching you how you can prepare all these things in Primavera in a project management perspective, not a software trainer level. Okay, you will be doing all these exercises as a planning engineer. That's what I can do it for you. That will be the difference from institution level study. Okay, here it's a finishing school. You need to learn the skills in such a way that you should be beneficial in your work, right? You came here to get skilled and switch your career. So you should have that much knowledge. So you need to learn the project, the software in such a way that should learn in a project perspective. So the same thing, another software in the project management is the MS project. Another one is from the Microsoft company. The Primavera is Oracle company, that also American company. These two softwares are using mainly in the project scheduling. So many companies are using either one of these softwares, MS Project or Primavera. So what I suggest you, advise you, get trained in both these softwares Primavera and MS project scheduling softwares. So your CV will be highly valued, and anywhere in interview, if someone asks you, if an interviewer asks you, you can confidently tell what you have done the schedule in Primavera and MS project. You know both these softwares will be highly valued. This is the most crucial skill you need to prepare a good schedule in Primavera and MS project. That's the main skill as a planning engineer you need. Okay, and some reports also in Excel that I as I told you, there are some like daily progress report, weekly report, monthly report, PPTs, some basic functions, formulas. This will be there in the templates already, which I give you so that you can easily implement in your project. I'm showing some templates to you now in which made in the Excel. This is for just a contractor vendor finalization tracker. You know, for any execution of work, there need different type of contractor, right? For a civil project, for example, there need tiling contractor, home theater, lighting consultant, painting, joinery, kitchen. If a civil project we take, there need different kind of contractor. So we need to finalize a contractor. Contractor has to be finalized by different stage. Tendering will be the tender negotiation. So it will take time. So like this, we can prepare a tracker. By what time we can finalize the vendor and when we can mobilize it to the site. Accordingly, this will support our schedule, the execution schedule. So this is kind of reports we can prepare. In Excel, this I will share to you for as part of training. We'll be giving all these formats so that you can implement for the contractor finalization. This engineering tracker. This is an engineering detail which is required to execute the work. So this also you can easily implement. Just you need to type what type of contractor you need to finalize, what type of detail you need. This will be getting from the engineering department, and this will be getting from the contractor department. So all you need to establish a tracker. As a planning engineer, you need to smoothen the operation. You don't need to know everything. You need to establish some kind of reports like Excel. You need to follow primary schedules. You need to prepare. So all this training will take entirely 20 to 25 days. In the Primavera, you may take 10 to 15 days if you spend 41 hour daily. In 15 minutes maximum, you can finish it off. In 1 week, you can learn the MS project, and 2 to 3 days, you can familiarize with the reports in Excel. I'll be giving the Excel reports and everything for you to place as part of this training. Okay. And apart from this, we will be giving this much benefits. You will be having a lifetime community membership. Will be any time will be connected with you as part of our as a student. We will be connected anytime. You can ask anytime, any doubt, any support will be there for you. Also, you can do the refreshment, and live and recorded sessions will be the flexible timing. You can learn individually. Our training all training are individual, not group. Okay, so you can learn it in your own free time. Anytime you can ask a doubt. Every day there will be some topic. Step by step you will be giving training. Okay, one day will be the assignment and training and notes you need to do and practice. I will be verifying that one. If it is okay, then only we will move to the next session. So every day we will be guiding you to become a planning engineer. Okay, from basic knowledge. If you don't have any knowledge, you can start from the scrap. Okay, no need to worry about anything. That's I am guaranteeing you. I am there to assist you. I'll be guiding you. Okay. Then there will be a job assistance for you. CV preparation, interview cracking support will be there. Okay, and you can easily transform from whatever the role you are. Don't worry about anything. Because I'm guaranteeing you, you can become planning engineer. You can show the experience as a planning engineer. After getting this experience done, after getting this training done, you'll be very much confident to face an interview, and also will be very much able to do independently a planning engineer role. All I need your effort. You need to be you need to make effort from your side to practice, to listen, to obey. So as much as fast you can do all these things, you will become a professional planning engineer very soon. In 20 days time, you can become a professional planning engineer. Okay, last week we have for placement, we already announced in the group. Also, one more guy got placed 2 days back. We'll be announcing soon. He got interview today. It's a good happy news today for. He also all these guys didn't have any planning experience before. All they switched from their site role to planning project management team. So they have a bright future in ahead. Maybe they are starting their career as a scheduler or area planner, but soon in coming years they will be moving to senior roles, lead planner and planning manager roles. Very quickly they can become a planning project management team. Okay. So white collar job, no need to be there in site every time. He'll be controlling the site from the office. He may visit in the site, but he no need to be there as a site engineer doing all works, right? He'll be managing the project. That what a planning engineer difference from another site engineers, civil engineers, mechanical engineers. That what the benefits of becoming a planning engineer also. Thank you. This is the presentation for today. Now you can ask your doubts.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah, Avadut, ask.
How many days you will complete this course?
As I said, 20 to 25 days entirely to study the planning package. Complete the planning package as MS project and Primavera software completely.
Both, both project.
Yeah, both.
Oh. You will teach with the help of BBS, BOQ or something.
Yeah, BOQ will be there. The documents will be there.
Okay. I
Exactly.
have already completed the Primavera from Mumbai before 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, but here is a different method, as I said. We'll be training in a
Mm,
different method. Yeah, by doing the project perspective.
mhm, mm. Okay. Uh, uh, can you send me fees structure and everything on my
Fee
mail?
structure, the complete fee structure is 18,999. Planning planning engineer package. Primavera, MS project and Excel reports, everything all together as a package. So 18,999.
Mm, mm. Okay, I will contact you.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there any vacancy in Oman available as a junior planning engineer, planning engineer?
We'll let you know. Stay connected in the planners community group. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, dear.
Okay, I will contact you as
Okay.
soon as
Okay.
possible.
Thank you.